seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton called for Formula One to ensure race officials were non-biased as pre-season testing began this week. Now, still about sports in the Daily Monitor, Boxing League, Mobiru Chobe trading verbal hooks. Now, but Bull take their derby horn in Busoga, but also Elanga, he's living his dream. Remember, that guy came off and he has been performing well. The question is, with the likes of the Lingard, the Rashfords, anyway, let's watch and wait and see.
Well, in the New Vision Sports, we are still taking a look at the series about Walusimbi, the former Cranes defender. And he still talks about that he's still searching for what? You need to get yourself a copy. Probably you could be a prospect of what he's searching for. We don't know what he's searching for, or at least whether money, you can have the money for. And we also take a look at anonymous and dodgy bodies. And when you move on to the second page of the sports, retired Cranes player Walusimbi, still the story continues, is still searching. Very, very important. And there is also a story here about Ugandan-born mixed martial arts Onama, and they bring more details concerning the sportsman, and also taking a look at Ugandan weightlifters in Last Chance Saloon. And also, sport is a priority. All this, make sure you grab yourself the paper this morning.
Well, of course, we'll take a sneak peek into the scoop pull out now in the Daily Monitor here, while we see a bit of entertainment. And the question is, did Chike need Weasel's permission? That's a question for you to answer. I don't know. This Chike man, how does even the name end? Is it Chike? Does it
It's a very complicated name. Even I cannot pronounce it, but it's something like Chike. You know, I will not get the name right. Let's just go with Chike.
Okay, Chike, Mr. Chike. Well, I never expected to work with Daddy Andre, Katatumba says, but also, could Chameleons Forever be about Daniela? That's a big question also, but friends get a feel of Lukoma's new wheels. Now, Lukoma got a Range Rover.
Oh, yes, she did. She got a Range Rover.
On Valentine's.
Yes, and they were celebrating, I think, about 2 years.
I was going to ask something, but I know Philo will get mad at me. I was going to ask
free.
you. Do you want me to ask you? Okay, I will chill. I'll leave it. But of course, also, okay, so we are always on Friday, we do give you now a touch of the kind of movies you need to watch this weekend. Last weekend, Mollen did a good job for me in particular. I'll be honest with you. Honestly, I watched, is it Marry Me?
Marry Me, yes, Jennifer
lovely.
Lopez.
And then there's another one called 3-5 that had Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
Man, they made my weekend. Trust me, I was fighting with someone for the remote, but then, you know, I watched the movie for 2 days. I watched like you watch a part, then they take the remote and like, okay, then they watch some cartoon. Then when they are dozing, you watch a part. Then, but I did watch. But of course, also today being a Friday, we want to give you some of the trailers of the movies that you need not to miss this weekend.
Well, when it comes to the entertainment beat here, the weekend is actually jam-packed, and I think I'll be very excited to tell you that you have quite a number of movies that you'll probably be enjoying as a family and your children as well. Now, one of the movies that is going to be showing for everyone, you know, catering for all age groups, is Clifford, the Big Red Dog. Now, this one is a 2021 adventure comedy film that was directed by Walt Baker, and it's based on the children's book series of the same name by Norman Bidwell. And this one was screened actually unannounced back in August on the 26th, 2021 to be very specific. So it is actually showing in all these, and it's basically about encouraging and showing you. It actually puts in a little bit of some values when it comes to the children, some things that they can pick up as they're growing. Very, very loving, very touching. So I think you also need to watch it. But here's a bit of it.
Uncle Casey!
Oh no, we're gonna be late for school.
About the dog? Clifford.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
I'll just give away the remote.
And still, we are talking about the movies that are showing. And again, with your children, you could be able to catch Sing 2. Now, this one is also a 2021 American computer animated jukebox musical comedy that was filmed by Illumination. Now, you know that Illumination and distributed, of course, by Universal Pictures, they have very wonderful and amazing and very interesting animations. I'm a fan of animations myself. So yes, I know this is a very, very big deal. It's a big deal. I did watch Sing 1 and it had quite a whole lot of people that came through. And it's the sequel to Sing 1, where we have stars like Matthew McConaughey and we have Reese Witherspoon, we have Scarlett Johansson, we have Bruno Mars in it. I mean, talk about Bruno Mars. You know what to expect. It's a musical, very inspiring, and it shows you how far you can go or how far you must go to be able to show the world what you can give them. So, well, I think maybe it's also time for you to also take a look at Sing 2.
This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Of the Nile, which is a 2022 mystery film. Now, if you're the kind that is really driven by mystery, you want to follow up events, investigative, this is a movie for you. So this one was directed by Kenneth from a screenplay by Michael Green, based on the 1937 novel of the same name by Agatha Christie. It was produced by Bernard and Ridley Scott, Jodie Hoffland, and Kevin J. Walsh. So it's a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express in 2010. 2017. Tom Bateman and, of course, Branagh returning from the film. Now, we have stars like Gal Gadot in this one. She did an amazing, wonderful job. And it was first released in several international. But also, speaking of this, this movie was also banned in some of the countries, especially in North Africa. We have Tunisia that did withdraw this movie. Now, their reason is that it has a lot to do with normalizing protest over the Jewish state. So Kuwait is also one of the countries that banned this movie. We also have Lebanon that banned the same movie from their theaters. Now, if you know you're probably planning to travel there and you think you're going to watch it from there, I'm sorry to inform you that it's not going to be showing. However, but you can come to Uganda. You can come to Uganda and catch it from our cinemas, as you also make other tours. Yes. But also Gal Gadot, this is not the first time, because she's an Israel actress by nationality and all. Her movie, Wonder Woman as well, was also banned from these countries. So we don't know the friction where it comes in, but it did. But she has done amazing jobs. We've seen her in Red Notice. We've seen her in Wonder Woman. We also see her here. She really did an amazing job. So you're really sorted this weekend. You could either do Sing, you could do Rudolph the Red Dog, or you could actually get in with the Death at the Nile. Now, if you also love reading, what do they call them? The people who love reading. There is that bookworm, is it? Is that a thing? You told us you don't love reading, Felix. So, yes, but if you love yourself some good books, some good novels, well, I do have a book for you. And this one comes in from Shemaine Wilkerson. And the name of this one is called It's called Black Cake. Very interesting storyline, where we have about two estranged siblings who must set their differences aside to make sure that they look into more about their mother's death. And also, she had her hidden past and agenda, so they have to put all their differences. This is a sibling you haven't grown up with, but you have to make sure that, you know what, we have our differences. We don't connect on several levels, but we need to put that aside and find out what killed her mother, what was her hidden past. And it has quite some good ratings. It does, the ratings are about 7,534 and about 1,646 reviews. And Shemaine Wilkerson has also done amazing work, considering that she's an American writer who has lived in Jamaica. When I speak of Jamaica, I don't know if what comes to mind is the first thing that also comes to my mind, but yes, she lived in Jamaica and is based in Italy, and also a graduate of Barnard College. You really need to see Felix. Felix knows so well about Jamaica. But away from that, if you're not exactly excited about this one, I do have a second option for you, which is Time is a Mother, and this is by Ocean Vuong. Now, this is a deep, intimate second poetry collection. Ocean Vuong searches for life among the aftershocks of his mother's death, among the aftershocks of also a paradox of sitting within grief while being determined to survive beyond it. Now, we know that grief has very many effects. There is a way it has an impact on your life, depending on how you decide to deal with all that. So you can grab yourself this book, Time is a Mother by Ocean Vuong, or you could also get yourself Black Cake by Wilkerson Shemaine.
Things for you guys to do this weekend. For some of you who are not aware, like Lyrical Micheal, make sure you catch those movies, the books. I don't know if Micheal is a reader, but he will be telling us later on. But of course, what's happening on the streets of Kampala this weekend is there's going to be something called Roast and Rhyme.
Oh, yes.
We're going to be doing some real raga reggae, nyam, you know.
Yeah. A lot of nyama, actually.
Absolutely.
For me.
Yeah, we're going to have the guys who love reggae music, the culture, the reggae culture, the raga culture. Of course, when I talk about that, then you know who's going to be at the Roast and Rhyme. So basically, it's meat and music. I don't know how that happens. You
Please
chew
don't
while
come
you sing.
expecting reggaeton.
No.
It's very disturbing, by the way. Most Ugandans, you know, you have a themed event, you have a theme night, you have anything that has a theme, and somebody comes And then they probably say, come wearing red and black. This person comes wearing turquoise, completely off because they have money, because they probably want to show off. This is
But don't have money to buy clothes. You feel what's wrong with you? But
they told you it's a raga reggae concert. You're coming expecting R&B. My friend, you will be bounced out of that.
But anyway, away from all that, that is basically what we had for you in entertainment, movies, and of course what's for you guys to read. Now, of course, we'll be taking a break, and we're gonna have Micheal, or aka Lyrical. Micheal is gonna give us a performance, and of course Ruben will be coming in also to give us sports, and probably that will be it for today. But not tiring to remind you guys to be much vigilant. For some of you who have children, please be careful on what they see on social media. That has been our discussion today. We talk about social media, the effects. Is it creating a crack in society? Be able to monitor what your kids do on social media. Now, most of the kids who are bullying people on social media are youth. You find guys of about 14 abusing everyone on social media, and then the first question you ask, where is the mother? So always the father for that case, or whichever, grandmother or auntie or whoever, the caretaker. So be able to monitor what your kids do with social media. If they're not doing something wrong, they're probably reading something wrong. Be careful. Philo, you have some feedback for us?
Well, yes, we did ask how best can the media work with the entertainment industry to make sure we get rid of all these negative impacts, the things that media does, social media, and even these